Recently, while learning the new things, I've come across this one technique for memorization which is very easy to use and 100% efficient. This method of memorizing actually blows my mind and made me realize that memorization isn't that hard. So this method is useful for all the people who are learning, and especially for the students. You may be in school, college, or doing your PhDs or anything, but this method is very useful for you. So let's talk about our brain. Usually our brain consists of two portions of memory, which is the core memory and outer memory. Usually what happens with us is we forget 90% of what we study, because that 90% information we store it in outer memory. So this method helps you to keep the information in your core memory. So let's get to the method. So the method I'm talking about is called the method of Loci. Loci means places. The method of Loci is also called as a memory palace. This method was invented by the Greeks. This method is 2500 years old. So what is this method? We as a humans, we are more interested in stories. So we usually remember stories longer than what we read from the books. So this method is basically invented on an assumption that we can best remember places that we are familiar with. So if we link what we have to remember with the places that we know the most, then those places will act as a clue to retrace what we actually remembered. Get it? So let's go this way. Think about a place that you know the most. That would be probably your house. So think about the places in your house, like your kitchen, your hall, your bedroom, and all the remaining parts of your house. So think about what you have to remember. Now link everything you have to remember with a place that you know the most, that is your house. Let's get it this way. For me, the most memorable place for me is my house. So if I have to think about the places in a series order, that would be my parking lot and my stairs and the corridor and the hall, kitchen, bedroom and bathroom. So these are the 7 things that I can remember. So let us understand this method with an example. Consider we have to remember 5 things, and the 5 things are perfume, apple, chicken, ketchup and newspaper. Okay, fine. Okay, so now I have to make a story linking these 5 things with the places that I've known the most, that is my house. So okay, now I'm making a story, and the story I would make is I'm entering into my hall where I see my brother is using the perfume, and I enter into the kitchen where I saw immediately apple fell down from the dining table, and then I saw in the left side my mother is preparing the chicken, and I thought eating chicken with a ketchup would be good combination. Then I'm taking my chicken and ketchup into my bedroom, and there I see my bedroom's floor is completely filled with a newspaper. So this is a story. So I've linked what I have to remember with the places I've known the most. Now I don't need to force my brain to remember this. If I revise this story 2 to 3 times, then trust me, even if you ask me after 1 month, 2 months and 3 months, because my brain understands the stories well, it already stored the story into core memory. So now it is very easy for me to recall these 5 things I remember just with the story that I have mentioned. So the key things you have to do while narrating your story, you have to make your things in an action. So if your story is like I'm entering into my hall and there side I see perfume, and I opened my fridge, I see an apple, and I see chicken, I see ketchup. No, If you remember it in that way, there would be a chance you might be forgetting because your things are not in action. So try to keep the things you have to remember in an action. And again, stories with action is very efficient in using this technique. And students, especially for students, while you're studying how to use this method, I'll try to explain you with an example. So try to take this. So consider your teacher asked you what is Newton's second law. Okay, so now you don't know because the Newton's second law you studied 2 years ago in your school, you forgot. So now how to study, how to memorize Newton's second law using this technique that you will not forget for many years, and I can say even for long. Our brain usually consists of a lot of things, so retrieving the information at the time it is needed is very much important. So during the studies you have to keep a title, and in that title you narrate your story and give the title the name of the concept. Now let us see how it is used. So now how to remember Newton's second law in your core memory using this method of Loci. So consider this way, you have a new house which is in second floor. Okay, so now it's clear. So link Newton's second law with the new house second floor. Now you got a heading where you can narrate your story under it. So now if your teacher asks you what is Newton's second law, now you know where it is stored in your brain. It is stored under the title new house second floor. Okay, now everyone knows that Newton's second law, by definition, it is F is equal to ma. So how you can narrate a story? So I would narrate in this way. In my new house second floor, me and my brother are fighting and I beat him with my fist onto his mouth again and again and again. So that's it. This is my story. So here the important terms I have to remember is my fist, that is F, and I beat on his mouth, and that is M, again and again, that is A. Okay, here I used 3 times again, that is to make my story more effective. That is not it is 3 A's, it is only single A. That is I know when I am narrating my story. Okay, and now that story is stored in your brain under the heading new house second floor, which is Newton's second law. So now after 2 years, if someone asks you what is Newton's second law, there you have it. Just go to your title, that is new house second floor, and the story that you are beating your brother and you used your fist onto his mouth again and again. That is F, M and A. So that is very easy. The best thing about this method is you don't need to force your brain to memorize. If you tell a story to your brain, it automatically memorizes. You don't need to force it. So try using this method in your daily activities, and this method is actually being used by many speakers, because you see many speakers, they don't use books and papers and all the other things. They just memorize the next points by using this method. So if you have a 10 points of answer, and usually what happens is we forget like in between points and we remember like barely 5 to 7 points. So now try to remember those 10 points by using this method. Relate the starting word of the point with something and start relating all the first words or the main important word in that point. So in that way you can easily memorize 10 to 20 points for a question, and that will be memorized for so long time, not only for your exam but for so long time. So that would be definitely helpful for everyone. So try this, and that's it for this video. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much.